Hello, this is Stephen Childs, Team Fairness or Church of Fairness. Everyone's invited. So the progress on the Church of Fairness is, instead of 3 practices, we're adding the 4th practice, which was already there, but I hadn't put it into the practices. So just to make it more organized, the first practice is that you realize that everything is one thing, and God is what we are, but we're not God. So every single event that happens is God. God is every event. You can go from there into, well, first of all, I'm going to go through the rest of the 4 practices. So the first practice, you give yourself completely to that which is already you and everything else, and then you ask for help. So see, this is like an ego reduction. It's like you give your ego to something else. So, and ask for help with problems that you're causing yourself and other problems are causing you and so forth. Ask for help with global warming problem, whatever concern you have. The second practice is stop doing others wrong as best you can. We're only human. And there's parts of us that we don't have completely under control. I realize that. Shadow, that's the shadow that we work on, the parts that we don't even see about ourselves sometimes. So the third practice is care about everyone and everything. Care about nature, care about the animals and the trees and all the people and the planet and the sun. Care about everything. And the 4th practice is, if you do something wrong, if you do someone wrong, say, sorry, please forgive me. Or to think that, whichever is appropriate. I'm sorry, please forgive me for doing you wrong. Okay, so what I've just realized is something, it might be the most important thing that I've ever realized. It's stuff that I already know, but when it all falls into place, then you understand what it means. And this is hard to explain, how something you already knew on the surface level becomes something you know clear to the bottom of the ocean. You know it totally. And so it becomes different when you really understand it. What it means. You understand what it means, the significance of it. Okay, so what it is, it doesn't matter what happens. None of this even matters at all. Because I've asked for help from the one that's everything. That, look at it like it's either a simulation. So the creators of the simulation have total control of everything. They have complete. We're just something in the simulation ourselves. So it's all controlled. So they're going to cause every single thing that happens next. So if you trust that they're helping you with every event that happens, the events that happen don't matter. So let's say it's not a simulation. There's just godlike beings that have control of every single event, right down to the quantum level. They're that advanced that they have complete control over our universe and us. We don't even know it. So they're the cause of every single event that happens next. So they're helping you because you're doing the practices. So whatever happens in your life doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what's going on. Another way to explain that is everything is God's will. So God is the cause of all the things that happen next. And if you're right with God by doing the practices, then you can trust that God's going to provide for you what is good for you, because God cares about us. So the events don't matter. I have this problem of worrying, so I realized that I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna stop this worrying somehow. And so last night I was worrying about stupid mistakes I made in the past. You know, they're not stupid when we're going through this stuff, but it's stupid to worry about them. So, like I'm worrying about maintenance on the vehicle, you name it. I'm worrying about everything that's happening, and I don't need to worry about anything at all because none of it even matters. So all this pressure that I was putting on myself, I was the cause of it. I've just thrown it off. I've thrown off all this self-imposed importance of things. I'm the one that's making it important or unimportant. And when someone does us wrong, and we think it's a very important thing that they shouldn't be doing this, that I've been done wrong, then you have a difficult time. You can't stop them. On the other hand, if it doesn't matter that they did you wrong because God's going to do what God's going to do next, and what's God going to do to them next? It doesn't matter. Maybe they get in an automobile accident. That doesn't matter either. Maybe global warming continues to get worse and worse. We have massive extinctions and die-offs of species, and then there's like a collapse of the environment so bad that every human dies. That doesn't matter because God is still God. God, all the events that take place, it's still God. God's the only thing that matters. It's the only thing that matters, is the one thing that's all of us. So, relationships, problems, they don't matter. You're in severe emotional pain, that doesn't matter. And it's like, why am I in severe emotional pain? None of this really matters. And God's going to provide what I need as relationships. Why am I so attached to that specific person? This makes no sense. What is important is the one that gets you out of these problems, the one that's all of us, the one that's everything, God. So it's devotion to God. That's the only thing that matters. That it's number one. That it's the only thing you're focused on. And it's all the events that are happening. So you can like worship every event that happens. To be like, thank you for all of this, all of these things that are being created from cause and effect. So the person that's doing you wrong, cheating you or something, insulting you or whatever, they're setting themselves up because their mind is in a place where the next thing they create is going to be corrective to them. They're putting themselves, you know, the old way of saying it is they're putting themselves in the depths of hell. One little mistake at a time. One insult to a person at a time. One wrong to another at a time. And all of these things never go away. So all of these things I did wrong in my past, I'm They're important. I'm worried about them. No, they're not. I've given them to God. Now they're not important at all. And so I'm asking for God to show me how to not do it again. Show me how to be right-minded. Show me how to be not harmful to others. Show me how to not do others wrong, including myself. So anyway, I'm just really happy that nothing matters except for the one that is creating all the experiences. And the experiences themselves, pleasant or painful, they don't matter. What is going to be created next, that's what matters. Thanks for listening.